Here we are, just hours into week 4, and I'm suggesting that you get ready for week 5. It's not that I want you to do the work for week 5 in week 4, but I'd like to give you the opportunity to do the organizational piece for a paper that you will write as a small group called Best Practices in Online Education. The purpose of the paper is to outline the things that should be done before the course begins, in the beginning of the course, as the course continues, etc. Just what those main topics are will be up to you. But the important thing is that you will decide that as a group, and to do that, you'll need to think now about how you will communicate with each other. When you look at our coursework, our code work, you will now see that you have a group that you've been assigned to. And that group has many things that you can use in it. There is a collaboration place where you can chat about who will take which role. And when you do that, you're always prompted to do a Java plugin. I've been in and out of this a lot of times. I'll try to remember to take all this mess off for you so that you'll have a clean chat room. You know how to use a chat room. What else do you have in your group work? Right here, you have a place to exchange files. It's kind of cool. You could put up a whole bunch of documents that the whole group would be able to have access to. But you also have your own discussion board. This is just for the blue group to brainstorm what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. Or you have the group wiki, which is different than the wiki I gave you last week. It's a wiki within your group. And you know how to use wikis now. You know that all you have to do is say edit wiki content, put something in it, and then save your work or submit it. One of the things I neglected to mention in my other video was that you have a comment feature which can talk about what you like, what you don't like, what you are suggesting. But right now, what you need to do is to go to weekly coursework and look at what roles you might take in week 5. And there is a small group project right here, and in that it explains everything that I'm talking to you about right now, but it also suggests that you choose a role. And here are the roles listed. One group has 9, the other group has 8. So trying to find a role for everyone, I have kind of stretched myself. You can choose other roles if you want to, but the facilitator, whoever decides to be that, needs to decide how the group will organize themselves. And they need to call a meeting, a synchronous meeting, either with the chat room or a tool called Free Conference Call, which is listed below. Very good tool that you could use, or that you're going to decide on the group discussion board. It's up to you. Whatever that group decides, the secretary will take notes, because if you do anything synchronously, somebody's not going to be able to be there. And then the initial responder will start their job next week by posting the main topics that you decided upon on the wiki. Each of you in your organizational meeting will choose a topic to begin with. And the liaison will ask questions of the instructor and keep the instructor abreast of any problems. There will be a reminder that keeps a close watch on the wiki and tells people, come on, we have to get this done. Your part isn't ready. There will be a person who writes the first introduction, a person who writes the summary, and then the editor formatter will copy the whole thing, fix the formatting, because remember, wikis aren't very good at formatting. Don't worry about that till he copies it and puts it in a Word document, and then he or she can edit it and spell check it and give it to the reporter, who will post it up in your small group cyber cafe, but also in the whole group cyber cafe, because we all want to have copies of whatever you do. There's the information for free conference call. Let me show you what your project will look like when it's finished. Something like this. You really could decide on different topics, but just to give you an idea of what a group might have done in the past, this is a group that went ahead and decided that their main topics had to have subtopics and topics below that. Very nicely done. Look how nicely it's formatted. And early in the course, etc. This group allowed others to make changes. If they saw something, they could fix it, they could change the spelling, they could add another idea to everyone's work. And in the end, they had a paper that they truly could use. Now, the other problem with group work is that sometimes people feel that everyone doesn't pull their full share, and that is always true. But you need to know that in Blackboard, there's a list of student names, and it tells me not only can I click on a student's name and see every single change that person made, I can also see a table that tells me how many words were modified, what percentage of the words this person contributed to the group, how many page saves they did, or the percentage of page saves. And it's interesting because this person contributed 256 words, but they were only one page save. They might have been lurking in the wiki, but they did not prove that they were in that wiki. Now let me go back to your course here and tell you one other thing, just briefly, that there is a team evaluation form. We have this just to demonstrate to you a possibility you might use with your own classes. I always like to have student input as to who they feel deserves what grade. Also, this is a wonderful rubric for you to realize how you will be graded in this teamwork. And believe me, it's the teamwork that counts. So take a look at that and don't let it upset you. Many times people say, well, I don't want to grade my colleagues. Actually, it is just an addendum to the grading that I will do. And also you should know not to get yourself worked up about this project because it is not a huge part of your grade. It's the same as the discussion board forum. The whole point of this is, can you collaborate and work as a team? Can someone write something and someone else suggest changes or add changes? So if you read the directions, you will be just fine. I'm just showing you where to go to get into your wiki. Remember, it's in your group and over on the side. And asking you to this week decide on who takes what job, what your main topics will be, and who is going to begin each of those topics. Please do not start the project until week 5. Just organize yourself now. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, that's great. If you didn't and have further questions, write them in the Cyber Cafe on the main page of our coursework under discussions. And that way, everyone's questions can be answered. Great place to ask questions. Hope this helped. Have a wonderful afternoon and get yourself organized this week. Thanks. Bye.